Hello, hi, my name is Sibusiso Mogale and welcome to my farm here in Nelspruit, Mpumalanga. The farm is at Mara, called Sibusiso Mogale's production. Now, Sibusiso is a young man who was born without arms in the heart of Mbombela. And obviously, for some of you, as you can see, look, mom, no hands. Yes, of course, I was born without hands, and this disability is called Familia. Now, as I got older, I went to different schools, and I think that's also when I got introduced into the sporting life. And I think part and parcel of becoming a farmer, there is certain elements that you need to acquire. And these elements would be such as dedication, commitment, and hard work. And the reason why I'm mentioning my sports life is because those things were able to mold me into becoming the farmer that I am today. But just to take you back a little bit in terms of the farming, my grandmother used to do a lot of farming, but in the backyard, right? So this farming wasn't necessarily for producing to sell. It was farming for personal consumption. So I remember this one time she was planting mealies, and she had the mealie seeds in a bucket, and she was walking around and planting. In fact, she was scattering them. And then I realized, I took an opportunity. I was like, you know what? Let me use some of these and just push them down with my feet and cover them and see if I can actually grow something. And I did that. And every time they would water, I would actually tell whoever's watering, I'm like, hey, listen, don't forget here, my grandmother also planted here. But knowing very well, I'm the one who planted there. And obviously, as these things started growing as trees and they became mealies, the one thing that satisfied me the most was realizing that the entire family was picking from the ones that I had planted. And from that day, I realized that I could do something without others assisting me. And that's when farming, for me, gave me my freedom. And growing into that, that's how I started loving farming and appreciating farming. And obviously, I started in the backyard. As I got older, I had to work. I left work. I got into farming, and from there on, I just realized that it was the only way that I could go. And then I started with backyard farming. But yeah, as we all know, not everything is a smooth sailing, and sometimes we get lied to and say, yes, you will achieve if you just believe. Just believing alone isn't enough. You have to actually put in the work hard, wake up, and actually do the work. And eventually, I went knocking at the department store. This was a few years ago. 2014 is when I started with the backyard. And then I went and I knocked at the department store. I think it was 2018, 2019. And eventually, they welcomed me. And then from there on, they went to the space that I was farming. And they assisted in fencing the area. They assisted in giving me seeds, gardening tools, pretty much everything that I could have wanted or needed to start the farming journey. And from there on, they're the ones who actually made sure that I get onto the news. They marketed me, and obviously started having interest and having different markets. Started selling to your your boxer stores, and your spa. And then obviously after that, I left that area, and eventually I got to Mara, where I am currently at the moment. And obviously a lot of people are wondering, like, Sbu, where did you study agriculture? No, I didn't. I've never studied agriculture. I only studied financial management, and that was at Boston College in Braamfontein, Gauteng. Came to Mara, and it was a beautiful thing. The department literally, single-handedly helped me with everything that I required. Getting me the farm, getting me the shade nets, as you can see. One of them is the ones that we are standing in right now. And getting me these technological boxes. It's actually one of the big technologies. I think agriculture number one in Africa for this technology. And they thought, hey, listen, we've got a good farmer. Why don't we introduce this to that farmer? And the rest is history. As you can see, all my tunnels are basically with boxes. And I think that is the one thing that got to me realizing how department actually helps. And there's nothing bad I can say about the department. And reason for that is I actually got assisted completely. There is absolutely nothing I can say that they did not do. And I can bravely say, with disability, and I am an example, I'm one person with a disability that they've actually assisted, not because I'm a farmer alone, but because I'm a farmer living with a disability. They understood that just for me to be able to be on the same level as your able-bodied farmers, I need a lot of assistance. And part of the assistance was having these smart boxes, and also being able to be provided with seedlings, also being provided with fertilizer, being provided, with so many things, and obviously having an agric advisor who helps me all the time. If I need to do something right, and if I have done something wrong, they kind of correct me just to come back again. So basically the idea of agriculture is to see me become a success, and just become an amazing person, and being able to motivate others and young people. And like I said, at the end of the day, we all just want to succeed and do great, but we don't realize that doing great puts in a lot of work. So for whoever sitting out there, young, old, disability, non-disabled, it doesn't matter. You need to get up, do something about it. You need to believe in what you want to do. And all I'm saying as well is just don't stop knocking at their door. Continue knocking, but at the same time, do not give up on your dreams, do not give up on your goals, and do not give up on what it is that you want to achieve. Look, I mean, I've always said, when I get older, I want to be able to have, your bacon, your cheese grillers, now I'm kind of having it, which is a good thing, but that wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for farming. But the farming wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for agriculture. So I think sometimes we just need to give a round of applause to our departments and our government. As much as there's so much that's been done that is wrong, but there's so much good that's also being done. So let's appreciate that as well. To motivate the young ones, you just need to do it. There is no shortcut to success. You need to go hard. You need to make sure that you do what you need to do. And at the end of the day, it is entirely up to you. And sometimes they say, you must just pray just to succeed. No. Prayer is just a way of communicating with God. The hard work comes from you. God will only help you when you help yourself. So you need to go out there and do the best that you can do. And like I said, at the moment, now I've gotten a new market as well. So it's not just Boxer anymore. It's not just Spar anymore. Now I'm also providing to Pick and Pay. So yeah, we're growing. And of course, with what you see now, at the moment I've got cabbage and spinach, but I deal with all different types of vegetables. I've done your green peppers, I've done your tomatoes, your baby marrows. So the list keeps going. And of course, I'm going to continue planting more things, and as time goes and grow. I have employed about 3 people. One is actually temp. The other 2 are full-time. But at the same time, agriculture has also assisted in terms of giving me mentorship. I'm on a mentorship program, and then also they have allocated graduates. So I think I'm a lucky one, because I think I had 3 graduates, 2 for crop and then 1 for animal. But I think also because of how big the space is, and then I've got students as well from UMP. And I've also got students from the TVET colleges, the one in, I think, Mashishin, and the one here in Nelspruit, all in agriculture. So all in all, I would say the full number of students that I have now, it's about 22 students, all in all. And yeah, that's an amazing thing. And I think that couldn't have been possible if it wasn't for agriculture. So from me, Sibusiso Mogale, be smart, be involved, #Young Farmer.